Some love stories don't fade with time. They wait. What if the fairy tale you believed was over still had one more chapter left to be written? Once upon a time, love changed two lives forever. Not with magic, but with a simple meeting that no one expected. A busy city, a chance night, two strangers from different worlds who found something real in each other. For a moment, everything felt possible. Dreams felt close enough to touch. And love felt easy. Years have passed since that story ended. The city still shines, but it feels quieter now. Morning light falls on empty streets. Tall buildings stand like silent witnesses to memories long gone. The world moved forward, but echoes of that love still remain in hotel hallways, in soft music drifting through the air, in moments when the past suddenly feels close again. She once stood by a window, looking out at a future she never imagined she would have. Strong, hopeful, learning who she truly was. She wasn't just someone passing through someone else's life anymore. She became her own story, confident, independent, yet somewhere deep inside. A part of her still remembers how it felt to be seen, truly seen, for the first time. He once believed control was everything. Success, power, and rules shaped his world. But meeting her showed him something money could never buy: warmth, laughter, and love without conditions. Time changed him too. The suits are sharper, the life more polished, but the silence feels heavier now. Some nights, even success feels empty. The music of the past still plays softly, like a memory you can't turn off. The smiles, the late talks, the feeling that life had just begun. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And real love leaves marks that time can't erase. This is not just a memory. This is the beginning of a question. What happens when a fairy tale doesn't end, but simply pauses? And what if love, after all these years, is ready to return, not as a dream, but as a second chance? Life didn't stop after the fairy tale faded. It kept moving, quietly and without asking permission. Days turned into years. Choices were made. Paths slowly drifted apart. What once felt like forever became a memory folded carefully away, never thrown out, never fully forgotten. He built an empire that many people only dream about. Boardrooms replaced ballrooms. Decisions became colder, faster, and heavier. His name still opens doors, but behind them, the rooms feel empty. The smiles around him are polite, not real. At night, the city lights glow outside his window, but inside, there is silence. Success filled his life, yet something important never followed him there. She chose a different road. One built on strength, hard lessons, and self-respect. She learned how to stand on her own, how to trust herself, how to say no. She became someone people admire, not because of where she came from, but because of who she became. Still, some nights are quiet too. Some memories return when she least expects them, reminding her of a time when love felt simple and brave. They never spoke about how it ended. Some words were never said. Some feelings were never explained. Distance did what time couldn't. It turned questions into scars. Both of them learned how to move forward, but neither truly learned how to let go. The world sees two successful people who survived their past. But behind closed doors, old feelings still live in small, silent ways. In pauses and half-finished thoughts. In moments when the heart remembers before the mind can stop it. Fate has a strange sense of timing. Just when life feels settled, it finds a way to shake the ground beneath your feet. A name overheard. A familiar laugh in a crowded room. A memory that suddenly feels alive again, because some love stories don't end with anger or goodbye. They end with unfinished sentences, and when the past returns, it doesn't ask if you are ready. It happens when they least expect it. No grand plan. No warning. Just a moment that stops time. A crowded room filled with voices, and then silence. Two paths that were never meant to cross again suddenly stand face to face. The world fades, leaving only the past and the present colliding in one breath. They recognize each other instantly. The years fall away in a single glance. There is surprise, hesitation, and something deeper, a feeling neither of them thought they would ever face again. A smile tries to form but stops halfway. 1,000 memories rush in, louder than any words. The air between them feels heavy. So much has changed, yet something feels exactly the same. They talk carefully, like strangers walking on fragile ground. Simple questions, polite answers. But behind every word, emotions wait, unspoken and powerful. Every pause carries meaning. Every look says more than a sentence ever could. As they spend time together again, old feelings slowly return. Not fast, not easy, but honest. Laughter slips through without permission. Walls begin to crack. They remember how it felt to feel safe with each other. But this time, love feels different, stronger, wiser, more afraid. The past refuses to stay quiet. Old mistakes rise to the surface. Regrets demand to be faced. Fear whispers that some doors are better left closed. What if reopening this story only brings pain? What if the ending hasn't changed? Yet fate doesn't offer answers, only chances. Each meeting pulls them closer. Each goodbye feels harder than the last. The pull between them is undeniable, but the risk feels just as real. Love asks a question neither of them can ignore anymore. Is a second chance worth the risk of being broken again? And sometimes the hardest part of love is believing it can still choose you back. This time, love doesn't arrive like a dream. It comes quietly, honestly, and without promises. There are no fairy lights or perfect moments. Just two people standing in the truth of who they are now, older, wiser, carrying scars, but also hope. They no longer run from the past. They face it. Conversations grow deeper. Apologies are spoken at last. Not rushed, not forced, but real. Each word matters. Each confession lifts a weight that has been carried for years. Love is no longer about rescue. It's about choice. Moments begin to feel meaningful again. Walks through familiar streets feel new. Laughter sounds warmer. Silence feels safe instead of lonely. They don't pretend nothing went wrong. They accept that love can fail and still be worth trying again. Fear still exists. The risk of heartbreak never fully disappears, but something stronger rises above it. Courage. The courage to stay, to forgive. To open the heart one more time, knowing the cost and choosing love anyway. This time, they don't chase a fantasy. They build something real. Love is no longer about being saved. It's about standing side by side, equal, honest, together. The city glows around them, not as a backdrop to a dream, but as a witness to a promise, unspoken yet deeply felt. Not every story needs a perfect ending. Some stories only need a true one because love doesn't care about time. It waits, and when it returns, it asks only one thing. Are you brave enough to choose it again? Pretty Woman 2, A Second Chance, 2026. Some stories don't end. They begin again.